Wake up to the sunrise, let the day begin. Johnny and Mark are here, let the laughter in. With every sip of coffee, feel the warmth inside. Conversations and humor take you for a ride. Your morning boost with Johnny and Mark, a perfect blend of laughter, igniting the spark, inspiration and insight. Join the journey, let them light your way. It's a brew of connection, a world to explore, a network of voices opening the door. With Johnny and Mark, feel the power of two, a morning tradition just waiting for you. As the day unfolds, carry what you've heard, inspire and inform with every single word. Johnny and Mark beside you as you start a new day, the morning show that lifts you through and through. A network of voices opening the door. With Johnny and Mark, feel the power of two, a morning tradition just waiting for you.
First in the mornings, originally from the Bayou State of Louisiana.
I got my coffee, I got my dollars, and I'm looking for deals. Am I at the right place?
I say, here at Cajun Roots Reselling, you give me an offer and I'll take it.
Bless you, my child. Let me introduce myself. I'm Sister Mary Agnes. You may have heard about me from my friend Cajun Roots reseller, Johnny. I met Johnny many years ago when he was purchasing furniture from Frankie and Johnny's in Louisiana. They were not going to give him credit, and I vouched for him. I said, let him have it with no problem. He's got the dollars. See the special man.
Let him have it with no problem.
Understand. Let him have it with no problem. See the special man. I say,
I'm Johnny's Dough Girl. I'm here to say subscribe, hit the bell, not my belly button, and share out his shows. Always give him a thumbs up. You can even become a member. Buy him a coffee and follow his other channels like the cooking shows, my favorites, his fur babies, and more. Leave a comment. And when you watch a video, you're showing him your support.
Hi, I was looking for some jewelry. I'm going to be getting married soon. No, I don't have any credit.
Well, here at Cajun Roots Reseller, if you own a fixed income, even if it's on a sale in the Cajun Roots Reseller eBay store, guess what? Send an offer. We'll let you have it with no problem.
Johnny has many auctions, chat shows, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, and best is Monday night bingo, where it's all free and you can win prizes. All are welcome, but there's no drama or negativity tolerated on any of his channels. Now go, child, with my blessings. Watch Cajun Roots Reseller. Love always. Be kind to one another and have a blessed day.
Hey, Carol, what day is it? It's a hump day. How's everybody doing today? It is currently 40 degrees here in Massachusetts. It's supposed to get into the 60s today. We'll see about that. But I'm looking forward to this weekend because it's supposed to be in the 80s. I'm looking forward to it. And how are you doing, Mark?
I'm good. We're at 47 and we're supposed to get up to 70.
Wow. Well, first in the chat today is Jeffrey. Hello, good morning and welcome. And Regina. Hello, good morning and welcome. And how are y'all doing? Auntie Mama. Hello, good morning and welcome. And I want everybody who's here right now. We'll do this a couple of times during the show today. Auntie Mama is very close to 2K. If you're not following Auntie Mama, she does morning shows. She does some cooking shows. She does some driving videos, live shows. Go check her out and see if you're following her. And make sure to leave a comment. Let her know you're leaving her some coffee because she loves her coffee on her porch.
Oh, love Auntie Mama.
Yes. Well, she's getting very close to 2K. And when I say that, it's like 1.99999, something like that. Please go check and see if you're following her. Make sure we get her over that cushion of 2K. She has been there for quite a while, and I want to see her get over 2K. So let's see if we can do that today. And that's our goal for the day, making sure we can get Auntie Mama up to and over 2K. And if you haven't checked out our channel, y'all missing out. I use my working and lurking in the morning watching her. And Good morning, Auntie Mama. And there's Carol. Hello, good morning and welcome, my little dough girl. Hey, Emily, baby. Hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? And John, hello, good morning and welcome. Great to see
John
you.
Robert.
And Miss Denise, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? And Stacy May, hello, good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Marlene, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing today? Ellen, hello, good morning and welcome. Don't forget, Ellen does have 2 different channels. She does different things on both channels. So check out both Ellen and the Desert Storm or Desert Rose.
Desert Rose, Beats, and Baubles.
They're both the same person, but she does 2 different contents on both channels.
Yep.
Check and see if you're following her and do the same thing. Leave those comments. Yeah, hit the thumbs up. Watch some videos, all that good stuff. And Toochmon, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you? 39 in Gardner. You're only a town away. You already in Gardner this morning? That's not far from me. Hetty, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? And blessings to you too, Auntie Mama. Hetty, good to see you. How are you doing? Johnny, do you remember? I don't remember that, and I'm just joking. Remember how he say, do you remember how he says, I'd probably do a live stream during the day? I did set it up for Friday at 1 p.m. Awesome. But one day you need to do a sunrise. Just a typical tip and hit for you. I love getting these morning sunrises at my lake house in Illinois. SSM, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. And I'm trying to think, weren't your channel name something else before? And I'm trying to remember your actual name. I know you're in the coin community, aren't you? I think it's from the coin community. I think. I may be wrong, but I think so. SSM Silver.
Oh, she got puppy dogs and cats and coins.
I think she is. Yep, coin community. Ooh, I love the thumbnail for the Thirsty Thursday. Pretty. Yes. And I see some jewelry. Silver selling machine. I knew it was something like that. I just forgot. Let's see. Carol, Mia, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Yep, silver selling machine. Craig, wake up. Rise and shine. Good morning, Craig. Anything special going on with you?
Let's see. I'm gonna be on Janine's this morning at 11 Eastern. And we're gonna go till 1, and then you can jump over and you can see Johnny.
And today we have Josie's Place joining us for the first time, permanently every 3rd Wednesday of each month for the Hump Day auction today. So come and check out Josie's Place and come and support her as well. But also, we should have back today Debbie and Max Go Thrift, and they should have returned from their cruise. That's right. Like, share, subscribe, and leave those comments. I love leaving comments like we had a conversation about, I think yesterday, before yesterday. I always say things like, I left you a pound of coffee on your back porch, or I visited you, and something like that. Yeah. Well, today is our Hump Day auction at 1 o'clock. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you who came out and supported us yesterday. We had a few people who have never done this auction style before or a second time. And y'all made it a great success. We had over 375 people during the show, as well as 36 more of y'all went back and rewatched yesterday's Friends and Family community sale. So that brings me to the next one on May 20th. I do have some spots available. If you would be interested, you do not have to be a member to be on that one. And that'll be always the third Thursday of each month. And the next one is May 20th. So make sure when you email me, make sure you put the times of slots you will be interested in order that you are available to do so. That brings me to my very first topic of the day. Yes, we got a couple to talk about today. And my first one is those who are guests on other channels. Yeah. One of the things I have to say, which I love doing, and let me do this in an example. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because if I am a guest on someone's show, I put it on my calendar. I always make sure to put it on my calendar, but I am in Eastern Standard Time. You have to remember that every one of us live in a different time zone. Most of us do. You have your Eastern, which is mostly those on the East Coast, and you have those in the center of the country that are in the Central Time Zone, like Mark and a lot of others on our community. One of the things I want to point out is, and the reason I want to bring this up is, if you are a guest on someone's channel, whether it be a co-host or a talk show or an auction, whatever the case may be, remember the main thing is remember what time zone they are in. Because when you're setting up and you're asking or you're planning on being a guest on someone's channel, that's important. Because I always know when I sign up for Mark's show, even though I may sign up through the Genie that they use for their program, for their setup, I have to remember that that is automatically Central Standard Time. So I have to add my hour, unless some godly chance that we do get to change where we don't have to change times no more. That's different. But
wouldn't that be nice?
That would be a blessing. But we have to live with what we do, time change. Yep. So for me, I know if I have it on my calendar, that's my time, my Eastern Standard Time. So one of the things you want to remember, and I'm going to do this real quick to show you something, because this is the first one that comes to mind that I know their time zone. And they're going to be on earlier today. And let's see here. Either or. So let me put both of those in. And I'm going to use this as an example. And so before I do this, Mark, what is your thought on that topic? And anyone in the chat that would like to get your 2 cents and your opinions about this topic, please do so. Because remember, we all have the right to our opinions. Mm-hmm. That is nothing wrong with it. Respect those decisions or those opinions, please.
You know,
today's the 16th. Yeah.
Well, I know that I'm old school. All right. If I tell somebody I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it come hell or high water. And as much work as we put into these programs, it's very disheartening when you have a cancellation or a no-show. With whatever reason. Yeah, what life happens. We get that. But
the first topic, Jennifer, is about being a guest on someone's channel and having the consideration of time zones when signing up to be a guest, no matter what type of show it is, of being a guest on someone's show and knowing that their time zone is different than yours if you're not in the same time zone.
Which brings me, okay, so the Jen and I, when we started the Friends Selling with Friends sale, we were probably into it for 6-8 months before we came up with the idea. We're going to send out an email that has all the pertinent stuff in it so that we want you to succeed, period. But it has all the links and the pointers so you can be successful. And it does say in there, because Jen and I are both in Central Time Zone, and the way that Sign Up Genius works is because we're setting it up in Central Time Zone, that's an automatic. And we put in that friend's letter, is what I'm going to, what we call it, that these are Central Time Zones. So please take that into consideration.
And Craig, I don't blame her. I wouldn't either. That's right. You won't go on her channel neither. You see that? It's a two-way street. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because also, and a lot of things go into a production, so to say, of doing a big show, especially when you have like different people in different time zones and different time sets and different time slots. And that's a lot of work to put together. So again, it comes to the point of, if you know you're going to be on one show, and this is going to be a broad topic on this one, don't double book yourself on another show within the same time, even though y'all may be in different time zones and you may not realize it. You got to adjust. Like, for example, if I'm going to be on someone's show and I know I'm going to be on another show, I want to make sure I have a gap in between my time slots. So you don't want to overlap yourself, because guess what? Eventually you're going to wind up having to cancel someone's show, or you can be contacting both of them, seeing if you can move your time slot around. That's not good, because then that puts a kink into that show, because then now you're putting a burden on the host, having to hurry up and try to move people around to accommodate for that issue that came around when it wasn't even their fault. And this is in general. We're not pointing anybody out. We're not calling anybody out. It's just a general topic of conversation when you may be a guest on someone's show. You got to put into consideration when it comes to that person who's putting this together, the time they spend to put it together, and then also going live with it. So you got to be able to be thinking about that with that time zone situation. And I'm going to show you something real quick, and I'm going to share my screen. And the reason I'm doing this is because this is a prime example, because I know Mark and Mike, two old guys, vintage and resale, are on Eastern Standard Time, Central. I'm in Eastern.
Central.
But one thing I want to show, when even though Mark and Mike are doing their show in Central Time Zone, this is something you may want to do if you know you're on someone's show and you want to confirm, not knowing what time zone they're in. One of the things I do, which helps me to make sure I'm in the right time zone, to make sure I got it right on my calendar. And shared the wrong one. So let me remove that wrong one. Share screen, share entire screen. This one. That's the one I want. Screen number 3. All right, here we go. Now, as you see in this one, even though I pulled it up, let me make this larger. Mark, I know, is in Central Standard Time, and he's going to have his show starting at 3 o'clock Central. But when I go to his thumbnail, it will show me my time zone. So you see right here, when I pull up his thumbnail, it shows me 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're looking at the community calendar, note it is in Eastern Standard Time. When you pull it up, it should put you in your time zone for the calendar that I share for the community. But if you're not sure, always go to that thumbnail. If it's already done, 9 times out of 10 they are, it'll tell you your time zone right here. No matter what time zone they're in, it'll show you the time zone in the area you are in, which I love, because if I'm, oh my God, what time am I supposed to be on? Go to the thumbnail. Oh, okay, 4 o'clock, my time. I'm in Eastern, even though he's in Central. So that's just a tip to point out to you how you can figure it out if you're not sure how to check the time zones on what person you're on as a guest. What time did you go on?
And let me, okay, so, and I said this to you yesterday morning. I was upstairs. Michael and I were watching the news, and I went, it's 6 o'clock. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm central. I got to be on Johnny's in a half an hour. I actually thought I was already late when I came downstairs and started setting everything up. And it says live in 77 minutes. I'm going, oh dear. I mean,
Yeah.
I still do it.
How's that? A square moment.
Exactly.
And that's right, Jennifer. You tell them. Short video like a rainbow. Sounds like you need a contract. No, just need people to think about things like that. Robin, hello, good morning, and welcome, and happy early birthday, y'all. Robin's birthday is this Saturday.
Happy birthday, Robin.
Or is it Friday? I think it's Saturday because somebody else is Friday. Moon, nope. Janice M's birthday is Friday, and Robin's is Saturday. I was right. The Belgium hippie, hello, good morning, and welcome, Heidi. How are you doing? Good to see you. And Jody, hello, good morning, and welcome, and how are y'all doing? Good to see y'all. Welcome. Just use GMT. It does. Here is turned time to 7. Yeah. All them time zones we got to remember. John says, doing well. For me, I know that shows are either Central or Eastern. So my calendar, I put them in the time zone and either. Oh, there you go. Myra, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you.
We're good, Heidi.
How are you? I'm blessed. How about you? All right, don't want to mess up spelling your name. All right. So, what is your thoughts on that? That's actually going to cover two different topics I want to talk about this morning about the time zones and being guest on other channels. Why are the underlined messages moving so quickly across the bottom of the screen? I don't read that fast. It's because I'm just highlighting certain people saying hello, unless, like in this case, you have a comment that I'll leave. But if it's just somebody saying hello, good morning to other people, I just go through those pretty quick. That's how I keep up with the chat. That's a great question, Emily. But that's why I don't keep out, like, for example, like Jennifer saying Jody with a heart, and then Auntie Mama's got happy birthday. So those kind of things I don't want to keep those up too long so I can keep up with the chat because the chat usually goes pretty fast. Yep. But when it comes to like a question like you have, that's when I definitely, and again, it's not to confuse anybody, it's just to keep my place in the chat. But when there's an important question like this, I will leave it up so we can get it answered. But that's why I do that. And that's just to help me keep up with the chat. And it's exactly what you see in the chat if you're following the chat that way. Maritza, hello, good morning, and welcome, and aloha. Morning. It's the same as the comments in the chat. I'm just kind of keeping up with myself. That's how I keep up with the chat. So again, remembering there's different time zones, but again, out of consideration and respect for those that you're guest on other channels, if you know, for example, because you got to remember, sometimes when we set up shows, and I say we in general, not just me, but in general, everybody plans accordingly to how many people are on the panel, whether it be Robin style, where you just go one per round or 3 per round, or you just do a 30-minute slot. Some people do 45-minute slots, that kind of thing. So you want to make sure that you do that, and ahead of time, let them know you can't make it if something comes up, because there is life things that happen. But not at the minute the show goes live, no contact, no email, no messages. Then you got to work everybody around. And thank God in my situation, we have people who are always ready in the background that I can just move things over and just make it a smooth show. And that's a lot of work that goes into that. So you got to be a consideration to those that are hosting the show that you plan on being on as a guest.
Which is what Miss D just said.
Yeah. Being a guest should be respected. And again, on my emails, I always make sure it says Eastern Standard Time, but I do make sure to ask in the emails that I send everybody the links to, please be in the back room no less than 10 to 15 minutes prior to a live show, because, Mark, why do we do that? I ask. I know you know the answer to that.
Make sure the camera is working. Yeah,
The camera, the
that's it.
lighting, the volume, the mic, everything. Because
Yep.
that is a great way how to adjust things. And I always, even if I'm doing a long show with others, I even put a special note saying you're welcome to come in even 15 minutes before I go live. Because I'm usually here 30 minutes before the show goes live. That way, if
Yep.
anybody has questions, never done it before, they can come in and we can adjust camera, adjust. Like, for example, if I want to adjust my camera now, I can do so because I'm live. But in the beginning, before you go live, that is the best way to do things. Kind of explain things to people in the back room, how we do things if they've never done it before. But that's a perfect time for you to make sure your camera's working. Make sure you have another mic if you have a problem with a mic or you can't hear. That's the kind of things you want to get and take and tweak before you actually go live. That's why I do it, and I know that's why Mark does it. But yeah,
Exactly.
and it's hard to feel a spot once that live button happens. In any show.
However, I had this happen to me, and thank God, Johnny, you don't know how we are so blessed that you were able to jump in when you did.
And one of the things about me, I always have inventory ready. Because like right now, I'm working on auctions for next week, even though I don't have anything this week. I'm working on auction items for next week. Like this morning, I cleaned jewelry in my little ultrasound machine. I processed a lot of jewelry. I got some lots. I got some pieces. I got some that I'm listing because there's no way I'm gonna list them on an auction. So I kind of process everything and I get them cleaned and ready. So anytime, like in your situation, you had called on me to be on at the last minute. Hey, I no problem. I can just pull everything out, and of course, I do everything on a spreadsheet. But that doesn't take me long at all because I already have everything processed. Yeah, you want to be ready at any given time.
I mean, at the very last minute, yes, I called Johnny and he was able to fill in.
Yeah. But
However,
that may not happen every time.
I have other people on the list that we have a backup list.
Yeah. Yes, Jennifer, that is so true. In case of any issues, that's why we ask any guest, no matter what type of show it is, to come on and make sure you're there at least 10 to 15 minutes prior. That helps with that. Because sometimes, and I don't know how people do it, they go live on their phone. I just can't do it.
Oh,
you can't see certain features. Only features are eligible on either a computer or laptop or tablet. Whereas on a phone, you really got a small screen. So again, that helps with adjusting with
I wouldn't even attempt. I mean, I can do a short, but yeah, it's too small. I don't have the eyesight for that.
And that's a great thing too, as Denise says, to start on time. It's just me. I do not like to start even a minute late. That's just me.
That like throws the whole thing off.
Yeah, it does. And yes, that is correct, Jennifer. No, I had a hysterectomy, Craig. I can't have no babies. No. Anywho, that is basically the main thing is remembering to be considerate and respect those who you're going to be a guest on someone's show. And don't wait till the last minute or don't even have no communication. And I'm going to tell you what I do. Mark and I had this conversation a couple of times, actually. What I do is, if you are, and I do it, I want your opinion about this one. And I want the chat to really make your comments on how you feel about this next thing I'm about ready to say. To me, this is important. For me, this is what I do. If I have a person or a channel, and I'm saying in general because I'm not pointing anybody out, if I have you scheduled for that particular type of show, whether it's the Hump Day auction or I'm doing a 3 per round, no matter what type of show that is, if I have you as a no show, no call, no information, no nothing, 3 shows, you're on my don't come back list for 6 months. That's what I do. So let me know what you think about that process, because that's how I process it. When somebody doesn't show up 3 times, no phone calls if they got my number, no text messaging, no message through email, Facebook, or Instagram. There's so many multiple places you can contact me, but nothing. No, I can't do it. I'm sick. I forgot about it. Whatever the excuse could be, because there's plenty. I do not allow them to come back for 6 months. That is what I do.
What? Okay.
On any type of show I do.
I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and.
Johnny, from last Tuesday till now, I've been first in the. Well, thank you, Jeffrey. Mark is a big barbecue doing. How is the big barbecue?
It's 15,000 views, Craig.
You're right about that one, Jennifer.
It's okay,
You might
Mia.
always be on your backup list.
Jennifer,
Mia, you always can be on my backup list for any show.
absolutely.
Yes, that is a great rule, Johnny, on no show. And I've been doing that from day one because I've had some people that just don't call me, don't email me, don't message me, and nothing. And then I don't even send them a message. But when I do send you a message, know that you're already on strike number 2. So what I do is I'll email or text you, however we communicate, and say, okay, did you forget something? No, cricket, nothing. Well, guess what? That third time you're going on that 6-month probation. That's just the way I do things. I ain't got time for that. I got so many people that want to be on, and guess what? To me, that's just being rude and disrespectful because somebody else could have had that spot. So what do y'all think about that one? Denise says that's a good rule. Good rule. Make it another half. One half. Ashley, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Everybody's talking. Exactly. So to me, that's just not only being rude but disrespectful, but then you're now going to be taking away a chance for somebody else to be on a show. You never know. We got a backup list, yeah. But a lot of times they're not able to be on there right at the last minute. So you got to think of that too. I had one do that and I do not have them anymore at all. Respect means not a lot to me. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Ignorant and exactly. And this topic is mainly for all of those, especially if you're new, you're just starting out. We're here to help you. We're not here to hurt you. If you ever have any questions, remember, ask those questions. We do this in the morning, every morning. We want you to ask questions. We want to help you out, especially if you're not sure yet of doing any style auction or any style as a guest or collaborate with somebody. You want to, especially if you're just starting out and if you have I call this a small YouTube channel, go be a guest on someone's show. Get your name out there. Let people see a name with a face. Or like Jennifer uses an avatar, which is fine. But if you don't go and collaborate with others, they're not going to know who you are. Speaking of, now that we have more people in the chat, I want to go back to Auntie Mama. If I can find her in the chat. Auntie Mama, if you're still here, please type something in the chat. I have to scroll all the way up to find you. Auntie Mama is getting very close to or getting over. We want to get her over the 2,000 subscribers. And she's just right there at that 2,000 mark. If you could, please check and see if you are subscribed to her. And if you're not, please do so and go follow and watch those videos. She does so many different videos. She's got cooking videos. She does gardening, driving, coffee with Auntie Mama in the morning, every morning. Question. If I was going to be on an auction, how many items should I already have ready?
Minimum of 30.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm speaking from friends selling with friends. Minimum 30. We've had people that have sold less or showed less because they just didn't have enough.
Right.
And we've had people that have showed 100 in 30-minute time slot.
Yeah. It depends on how well seasoned you are when it comes to that, because sometimes I prepare at least 36 to 45 pieces if it's a 30-minute round. But also, I also do, if it's a 3 per round type show, I always have at least 8 to 10 3 per round, whether it's a lot, whether it's a choice, or if it's a one-piecer. Always have something ready, whether it's multiples of, and I usually do on most of the shows I'm on, I don't do no more than 5 choices. I don't want to confuse anybody. I try to make sure I have at least 5 choices if it's choices, and that gives you more to put per round. You can do 3 per round, meaning it could be a lot. It could be choices up to 5, or it can be a one piece. Either way, it doesn't matter. But at least try to have 8, and this is what I do, 8 to 10 rounds of variety of stuff. Because somebody may be in there looking for, say, Monet jewelry. Some people may only do Napier. Some people may only do Sarah Coventry or Cora. Always have yourself a variety of items, because somebody in that chat is going to be, you want to adjust what you have, because you can always shift things around when you're doing a live, because somebody may be in that chat looking for something in particular. You may have it, just switch it around. And that's what's good about doing 3 per round type shows, because then you do not have to be in the main screen the whole time, and that gives you time to change some items. And that's just my suggestion and Mark's. But that's a great question, Jennifer.
That is a great channel. That is. And
for me, I'm still considered a small channel, no matter what you think, dude. I'm just like everybody else. Numbers to me that's just numbers. I want to communicate with everybody who's here. And actually, Heidi, Jennifer just dropped it, and it says Auntie Mama's link. Jennifer just dropped it in the link in the chat, so y'all would please check that out and see. Oh, Susanna, hello, good morning, and welcome.
Good morning, Susanna.
Mark, how do I get at your auction? How did I do at your auction?
Myra, I was proud of you, honey. I really was. That's the first time I'd ever seen her, and she did a great job.
Yeah, she's getting good at it.
Yeah.
Colleen, hello, good morning, and welcome, and how are you doing? Good to see you. There's Auntie Mama. There's her. She's right above you, Heidi.
I do want to bring up, because Johnny, you say 3 strikes and you've got a 6-month suspension.
Yeah.
Jen and I did not. No, it's 1 strike and you're out. Sorry. We've had too many people cancel on us, and there's too many other people that want to be on the show.
That's true. Auntie Mama, you over 2,000. Check and see what your number is. Yeah. Congratulations, Auntie Mama. But remember, we don't want to stop there. We want to get that cushion. We want to get over. But yeah, you're right about that. You want to be respectful when it comes to that. Jennifer says, I'm curious why people don't do auctions alone. Couldn't you potentially get more sales and spend less time doing it?
Yes, absolutely. However, the camaraderie that you get bouncing off somebody else is priceless.
Yeah. And that's like collaborating with somebody else, and especially if you're just starting out. This is my biggest thing about that. If you're just starting out, why not go with somebody else? Even if you're not ready and you're not sure how to run a show, and you've never done it before, why not go on with somebody else? Let them do all the work, and that way you can learn in the background, how things are ran, how things are done, get your ideas that way. But then when you collaborate with somebody else and you've never done it before, you're getting your name out there and you're getting that exposure to your channel. That's why when I first started, anytime I had a chance to be on somebody's channel as a guest, and if they even asked me, I didn't even hesitate. But if I wanted to be on somebody else's channel, I emailed them and said, look, if you're looking for a guest, because there was somebody who's always looking for a guest, email them, let them know. But I recommend, if you've never done it before, definitely go on as a guest on someone else's channel to get the feel for it. Now, I've done some pre-recordeds back in the day when I did like a pre-recorded sale where I gave everything numbers and you claim it in the chat, in the comment section. That can be done too if you want to. But a lot of times when people are not comfortable doing the shows by themselves in a auction style, it can be intimidating, especially if you're not done it. If you haven't done it before, you're not used to it. Let's see. That's a great question. Let's see.
Absolutely.
Ellen says, I sell alone, Jennifer. I know several others that do the same. It's not that bad, but the chat helps. And then again, that way, because if you can't keep up with the chat, that also helps you with somebody else helping you with the chat. That's right. Congratulations, Auntie Mama. Life happens.
Yeah. There's some very sensitive people that if you don't get a hello or kiss my butt.
But again, and I understand this, Jennifer, it does. And when I say give you second chances, I give 3. After that third one, you're on probation for 6 months. That's just the way I've always done it, because that's just being disrespectful, especially when it's a auction or a show that I'm doing with few people or 3 co-hosts and 2 guests. And that basically pulls away from that, because remember, the reason I have 3 co-hosts and 2 guests on every Wednesday is because that helps everybody get ready and organize their stuff for the next round. So yeah, a lot of things do happen, but after your 3rd strike, you're on probation with me. Awesome. You stepped out. Well, step back in, girlfriend. I've done auctions alone.
She got stuff to do.
To me. And that's another thing you got to remember too. If you're doing it alone, are you having the following to be there when you do that type of show? It's kind of hard sometimes. But yeah, make sure you collaborate with others to get yourself or your feet wet, so they say.
Angie,
hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. And the exposure is awesome. Yes. And that's why I recommend go with someone until you get your feet wet. Let's see. And again, it all depends on how you feel. If you feel comfortable by yourself, do it. There's nothing wrong with it. But a lot of times you got to make sure you have the following before you do that. Yeah, no. That is crazy.
Yeah, Heidi.
Johnny, I am at 872 now. Awesome, Jeffrey. Keep up the good work. Other people helps them out too. Yeah, exactly. Little Debbie, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. It's me, Angie. Hello, good morning and welcome, Angie. How are you doing? Good to see you. Wildflower, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. I do 1 to 2 auctions a month to keep my channel active. There you go. I love covering with others. And it is fun. It is.
It
Especially
is.
if you've never done it before. Thank you, my brother from another. Oh, you're welcome, Auntie Mama. I told you, you got to come in here and collaborate with these people in the chats. Auntie Mama, just up to your channel, your email, your information about your channel. I'll promote. Awesome. That's right. Auntie Mama, make sure you email Susanna every Monday at 10 o'clock. She does a community news live, and she'll promote your channel in the morning, on the Monday morning for the week. And I know you do different times because of your work, the way you work. But at least if you give her an email and let her know, she'll add you to that morning show every Monday morning.
Yeah, I think she just did us last week.
Yeah.
Last Monday.
Yesterday we brought up the comment about what she called, who was it? Janice. She said, no, I didn't. And so she went back and rewatched her video and realized she did.
It's all good, Susanna.
And that's what we're here for. We're here to help you.
We've gotten a lot of chuckles out of it. I was teasing Jen last night about it.
I'm not a seller, but I would prefer selling with friends. And that makes a big difference. Especially if you've never done it before, you're just getting started. It is great to be with others. I think that's generous, Johnny. I don't think there would be any 3 in it. And that's just the way I do things. Yeah. I'm just saying everyone has a new one. And if it was new with them. Yes. And that's a good thing if you want to do that in advance, and that's a great goal to do. Yeah. You can do it. Just set yourself up for a certain time limit. No, Susie Dragonfly, she's been doing it where, I don't know, does she do it as a live? Then no, she does it as a pre-recorded.
She does pre-recordeds on Sundays.
Yeah. Ashley, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. Let's see. Get a great moderator. I do all my sales alone with the help of Jennifer. And that's another thing. You can get somebody to help you run your show with you, like Jennifer. Yeah. Great, Angie. Gin head. Yep. And it makes for good laughter, but that's how you learn from your mistakes. And if you don't have all your information in the chats, that way you let her know, and she puts your information in the description bar below with your link. All right, so that brings me to my next question, which we already into 45 minutes, so guess what? I'm bringing that for tomorrow's topic. But we did go with 2 out of the 3, which is pretty good. And so I'm getting ready to drop the link if anybody would like to join us in the morning on the panel. Let me get the invite set up.
All right, Heidi. You have a great day, honey.
Thank you, Heidi. Oh, I understand. Don't be sorry. You're good. We love it when you visit, but you got to go sometimes, right? That's right. You crash eventually. So let me go ahead and pin that to the top. And if anybody would like to come on and join us about the topic for the day, you're more than welcome to come on up. Just make sure that your camera and your mic is connected, because it won't let you up unless you do. But yeah, even Mia does her auctions on Mondays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time by herself, but she has a mod.
Yeah, mods are wonderful. Jennifer, I have to thank ours, Donna Maria. I mean, those are the 2 best
All right,
that I know of.
I've been selling,
and they're hard to beat.
Just not live. I've been doing lives, so channels and YouTube. Yeah, you got to get ready. You got to get used to it. That's not something you would want to do right away. Yeah, we all started somewhere new. Like for me, my very first auction was March the 14th, March the 7th in 2020. No,
Yes,
February 20th. It was in February. And no, it was March. I got it all written down on the calendar. But anyway, my very first auction was with Queen Cleopatra and Victoria. And when I did my first auction, I got hooked. Because I sold stuff that I didn't think I was going to sell. You're going to think about it. You're going to be negative about it. Oh, nobody's going to buy from me. You knew. No, trust me. Somebody's going to buy something small from you just to get the idea and get a way of how you do things. Let's see. Claudette, great mod also for Crystal. I didn't know Claudette did modding too.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I've seen that.
All right, Susanna, Auntie Mama dropped off her email to you. Check your mailbox. You got mail. Next Friday morning, I would not be in the chat. Okay, Jeffrey, make sure everything goes well. Make sure you don't skip your appointment. Someday I may want to. And it's just a matter of how long you do it. You got to get some practice under your belt. She learned from the best Nightbot. She is the good Nightbot. Daybot, Dotbot, all the bots.
Oh, I guess I didn't know that.
I didn't either. Yeah, Joanne's a mod too. Yep.
I guess I didn't know that.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because again, if you are and this is just my opinion, if you are looking for somebody to mod for you, and this is out of experience from me having a mod one time, make sure you either get it in writing, make sure they understand the right of what you are looking for. If they charge you, make sure you get all that up front, because I'll never forget I had a mod who understood, like we had a conversation like this after a show behind the scenes, and my very first question was, how much do you charge? And this is just, I'm not saying who that was. Those who have been with me long enough might know who I'm talking about, but I had her or him in for about 3 shows, and they told me, I'm learning, I'm new, it's for free. It's going to be a teaching thing for me. Okay. Now, after the second show, before the third show comes up, I get an email. When are you going to pay me? Usually, I wait about 12 to 24 hours before I reply to a comment like that or an email. Baby, she got that immediate response when I got that email. And guess what? Bye. No, that's not our agreement. That's not what we talked about. And you go come back and ask her when I'm going to pay you? Never. That was never the conversation. It was my main first question was, how much do you charge? And
Yep.
when you reply to me, I am learning. This is new to me. I'm learning. I'm doing it for free. And somebody told this person, do not email Johnny. Because I emailed and replied back immediately. Usually it's 12 to 24 hours when I get an email that I don't want to reply to immediately. But I wanted that person to get the wrath of how I felt when I got that email. And Joanne's a great mod too, yes. But I'm not a commitment. Only if the chat's needed and a deep thought. And yes, that is a good thing too. I did learn from the best, Craig. I expect nothing, and I just way to show my support to the channel. Stats is a mod. I didn't know that either. I don't have a charge. Let people offer me what they want to pay. Some people pay me nothing, even a shake here and there. And that's between whatever you're. And that's why I'm bringing this up. Make sure you get that understanding before, so there's no misunderstanding after the fact of them doing the job, whether whoever it may be, whether it's Joanne, Claudette, Jennifer, whoever. You want to make sure, and you have Donna Marie. I've seen Donna Marie mod for others. Donna Marie's the same way. She don't want nothing. You got to slip her some gifts here and there for her to take it without her knowing by just mailing it to her. You know?
Yes, you do.
And I have to say, my very first mod was Dawn Sharp. She came into some problems where she had the hurricane, has to rebuild her home, had some surgery, so she stepped away from doing it. She was great. She did not want anything, but I guarantee you, everybody on our panel sent her gifts. That was just our way of to showing her that we appreciate what she did. She didn't want no money either. But again, you got to make sure you have that understanding at the beginning. Because if there's no, and then you expect something in return, then that's going to be a bad oil and water don't mix kind of thing. So yeah, you got to make sure you do that up front. Pay you no attention. Pay you no attention? Why you don't pay me no attention? I don't think it's cool to expect a service for free. Yes, that's true too. But as long as it's within the agreements that you decide, I'm not saying that people want to do it for free. I'm just saying make sure there's no expectations that's not laid out at the beginning. That's what I'm saying. I'm not expecting nobody to do something for free. No. I thought mine was privilege, not a job. I enjoy doing it, and again, it's up to whatever the agreement may be. A few wages of fair time work. Yep. Auction mods, anti-mama. We're talking about auctions for modding from auctions. But again, that's up to you. That's between you and the host of the show, whoever's channel it's with. That's between y'all two. But again, don't do it and then expect something and you don't get what you want. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you lay that ground rule up front.
Yeah, it has to be a ground rule from the very beginning. Before the beginning.
Correct. Before it starts.
And not just a blue wrench mod. Right.
Correct. So again, go ahead.
I check with Donna Maria quite often. Okay, you got everything you need, hon? Because Michael and I do spoil her because she is a big part of the Sunday show, the Friends Selling with Friends. Yeah, huge time commitment.
It is. But again, it goes back into that communicate before you get started kind of thing. And it could be a great community with others who are doing mods that, say, for example, Jennifer can't be in everybody's chat at one time. So there are others who help out. Like Claudette said, she's from Canada. She don't expect nobody to send her anything, but she does it just to be able to be another way to support the channel.
I've done that, Desert Rose. Yeah.
All paid in jewelry, 1 piece per hour. That's my best offer and a lot of giggles. It's so sweet, yeah.
Thank you, Robin. Yeah.
Just make sure whatever you're doing, especially those that are new to this auction style stuff, and you need a mod, make sure you reach out to somebody and make sure you have that agreement up front. Just don't expect something and it doesn't. And there's going to be bad blood, like oil and water kind of thing. I've seen it. I've been doing this for over 5.5 years, and I've seen some stuff. Trust me. But the biggest one was when somebody emails me and says, "Where's my money?" And the agreement was, "I'll do it for free because I'm learning. I'm new to this. Teach me." Sure, I can teach you. I'll teach you what not to do. You have to be, the trust has to be on both ends.
That is so true, Ellen. Know and trust those that you let into your business.
This is so true right there. And Mia too. Communication is the key. Yep. Don't say one thing and then want something different. No. It's got to be it is a two-way street. Unless you go down a one-way street, then you're in trouble. Denise does too, yeah. And a lot of times you got to remember though, a lot of times some mods are in the chat, like in Jennifer's situation. So the lag, depending on what platform you go live on, StreamYard seems to have a longer lag than EVMux, which I've been noticing. But when I'm a guest on StreamYard, there's about a 6 to 8 second lag on the phone compared to EVMux, which is 4 or 5 seconds. So you also have to give that. I know with Ella, she makes it to where you don't make a comment until after it's in the chat. That's another thing. I know Jennifer, when she types things in the chat, you don't make a comment or bid on something until she puts it in the chat. And I think Jennifer's been doing that for a while now. So a lot of people do that too. That's why I copy and paste my own stuff and put it in the chat. Yes, she is.
Yes, she absolutely.
And yes, Ms. Denise does mod a lot and helps out. Yep. And it's all about communicating, collaborating, and networking with others. You know, that's part of it. It's not just going to somebody's channel and following them. And there's so much that you can get involved with in the community. And get your name out there, no matter what it may be. And again, don't forget, if you want to come on up, the link is at the top of the chat. You're more than welcome to join us for the topic of the day. Today is Wednesday, so you're going to have at 10:30 Eastern, 9:30 Central is the East Coast Resellers. And I think it's on Dawn's channel today. I know they rotate now. So I think it's on your
okay.
channel, but they do rotate. So make sure you check that out as well. Don't forget to check out the community calendar. There's always somebody going live somewhere, some way. I like making friends when I'm not. And that's how you do that. Yeah. I've been meeting new people in different chats that I've been going into that I've never been in before. That I see somebody in a chat, I'll go check them out. And yeah, that's how you meet new people. It's me, Angie, 3:30 Eastern. When, today? Angie, what are you doing at 3:30? Is that your live?
I think that's her live in the afternoon.
The neighborhood chat. I think that's what it is. Necklace and more necklace at 1 p.m. Eastern. Yep. Okay. So that's the one that she does with talks to her neighbors. That's you.
Hello, neighbor.
Yeah, that's right.
Welcome, neighbor.
Angie, if you're doing it on a regular basis, let me know so I can add you to the calendar, because I didn't know you were doing it on a regular basis. I thought it was just like whenever.
She was up early yesterday morning.
So yeah, Angie, if you're gonna have a regular time slot for your my neighbor's chat, neighborhood chat, let me know and I'll add you to the calendar, because I don't think I have you on there for that one. Good to hear that, Auntie Mama. I hope it's a good one. I hope it's a lot more than you need for a cushion. All right, so if anybody would like to come on, you're more than welcome to. And if you have anything special, let us know, because Jennifer's been dropping those links in the chat. Please make sure, if you have not yet done so, check out the links that Jennifer's dropping in the chat. Go check out these channels. Go support them. Watch their videos. Leave those comments. All that great stuff that helps your subscription stick. So, Mark, what do you have going on in the next hours or today?
I'm going to be on with Jen Eats. Yes, I am. At 11 Eastern. I go live on Wednesday unless I have a doctor's appointment, and It's Thursday.
Okay.
And then tomorrow morning, I'm going to be right back here.
There's the link for the East Coast resellers today. I'm curious. I think it's on Dawn's channel today. Yep.
I'm going to try and get grass mowed this afternoon.
Oh, it's on Yarnigan's channel today. I couldn't find her link this earlier. Yeah, I'm looking forward to no rain so I can go clean out my garden and fresh up my. Gotta do some stuff in my front garden. I gotta prune some old weeds that are overgrowing in my irises.
Yeah.
I have a big purple iris flower bed. Gotta clean that up and put more fresh mulch down before they start growing out because they're already coming out the ground. So I gotta put my fresh mulch down for that. I gotta put my fresh mulch around the driveway. I have my deep purple tulips coming up, so I need to mulch that as well. So hopefully I can do that this weekend because we're supposed to be in the nice weather this weekend. So supposed to get some more rain too. So
I probably got 30 feet of purple irises on one side of the driveway. And the short that I dropped where Michael was using a shovel, my sister-in-law was coming over. She came over to steal some yellow irises that I got a small patch of.
Also, don't forget Janice's auction. That's her link there for today, and that's the unboxing for Mia, which goes live at noon. Also, don't forget to check out these channels again. If you have any questions or you have any topics that you would like us to talk about, make sure you email us, myself or Mark, and let us know. We'll bring it up as a topic on another show. If you have any questions and you would like to bring that up as a topic, make it a question, and we'll make that a question for the topic of the show as well. Oh. Also, don't forget Friday is the would you buy it or would you leave it? If you have anything that's sold and you would like to share for this Friday, please make sure to email me before 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday morning. So then I will have the link. Please include the link to the item that's sold from the platform it's sold on. If you're not sure how to do that, please make sure to send me a screenshot off the platform it's sold on, and I can find it. And in the email, make sure you include how much you paid for it. Where did you buy it? If you know how long it took to sell, and if you took an offer, what was that offer for? We need to go live. Yes, y'all do. Yeah. Do it. I dare you. I triple dare you. All right, everybody. So with that being said, my numbers are going down, and it is that time for us to go ahead and get ready to end the show. But again, there's plenty more to go watch, more to go show support, and follow. So as I say before I end each and every show, if anybody would like to come on after the show has ended, you're more than welcome to. That link is at the top of the chat. It will be there. As soon as the chat is over with, it'll still be there. So as I say before I end each and every show, love always, love is always free. Please be kind to one another till we meet into another chat. Have a blessed and fabulous day. And until we meet again, later. Peace out. And y'all come back. Now.
First in the mornings, originally from the Bayou State of Louisiana. Here at Cajun Roots Reseller, you make me an offer and I'll take it. You got the dollars, go see Johnny, he's got it all. Let him have it with no problem, see the special man. See the special man. You got the dollars, make me an offer. New England Cajun Roots, Johnny.